Hello YouTube, my name is Scott Perdue. I'm an Amazon author of over 100 books, tons of Christian books, self-help books, all kinds of stuff full of wisdom for you. Next time you're on Amazon, search my name, Scott Perdue, see what pulls up. Maybe you can buy a few of them, catch a lot of wisdom out of them. Anyway, today I'm going to go over a book I wrote called Wilderness Wisdom of Moses, Timeless Life-Changing Leadership Lessons. Today's Bible lesson is about leadership lessons, balancing authority and compassion. The life and leadership of Moses provide a profound exploration of how authority and compassion intersect to create leadership legacy. Moses' journey from a reluctant leader to the burning bush to a seasoned guide who shepherded Israel through rebellion and uncertainty is rich with lessons for modern leaders. His ability to wield authority and humility and empathy in a timeless example of balanced leadership that transcends cultural and historical boundaries. Moses navigated significant challenges, including leading a vast, often rebellious nation through the wilderness. While maintaining his commitment to God's purpose, his story emphasizes themes of faith, resilience, and relational wisdom, making him a model for contemporary leaders striving to balance strength and compassion. This reflection delves into how Moses exemplified balanced leadership, drawing parallels to modern leadership context and highlighting how his principles of authority, humility, and empathy remain relevant for leaders seeking to live with purpose and leave a legacy of wisdom. Authority rooted in divine purpose. Moses' authority was not self-proclaimed, but divinely appointed. His calling at the burning bush exemplifies how God selects leaders not for their qualifications, but for their willingness to serve his purpose. Moses, initially reluctant, questioned his ability to lead. "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the children of Israel out of Egypt?" Exodus 3:11 Amplified. God's response was to remind Moses that his authority would come from divine backing, not personal capability. "Certainly I will be with you." Exodus 3:12 Amplified, God says. This foundational truth shaped Moses' leadership. He exercised authority not as a dictator, but as a servant leader accountable to a higher calling. For modern leaders, this principle underscores the importance of rooting authority in purpose and accountability. Leaders who view their roles as opportunities to serve rather than dominate, foster trust and respect among those they lead. Humility as a leadership anchor. Moses is often described as the most humble man on earth, Numbers 12:3 Amplified, a quality that was critical to his ability to balance authority with compassion. Humility enabled Moses to lead with a heart attuned to the needs and struggles of the Israelites, even when they opposed him. One notable example of Moses' humility occurred during Korah's rebellion, when a group of leaders challenged his authority, Numbers 16. Instead of reacting with anger or defensiveness, Moses responded by falling on his face in prayer, seeking God's guidance, and his response demonstrated humility, reliance on God, and a commitment to justice. Modern leaders can emulate this humility by prioritizing listening, collaboration, and openness to feedback. Humility does not diminish authority. Rather, it strengthens it by fostering trust and mutual respect. Compassion in the face of rebellion. Throughout his leadership, Moses faced numerous instances of rebellion and complaints from the Israelites. Instead of abandoning them or responding with harshness, he often intercedes on their behalf. One striking example is found in Exodus 32 when the Israelites created a golden calf while Moses was on Mount Sinai. Upon descending and witnessing their idolatry, Moses displayed righteous anger, breaking the tablets of the covenant, Exodus 32:19. Yet his next act was one of profound compassion. He pleaded with God to forgive their sin, even offering a sacrifice, his own standing with God for their sake. "But now, if you will forgive their sin, very well. But if not, please erase me from your book which you have written." Exodus 32:32 Amplified, as Moses pleaded to God. This moment reveals the depth of Moses' love and responsibility for his people. He balanced the authority to confront wrongdoing with the compassion to seek reconciliation. For modern leaders, this balance is essential. Authority without compassion can lead to authoritarianism. while compassion without authority can result in chaos. Leaders must navigate this tension by holding people accountable while demonstrating empathy and care. Empathy as a leadership strength. Empathy was a hallmark of Moses' leadership. He consistently sought to understand the struggles and fears of the Israelites, even when their behavior was frustrating. For instance, when the people complained about lacking water, Moses brought their concern before God rather than dismissing them. Exodus 17, 1-7. The act of intercession highlights as a key aspect of empathetic leadership the willingness to advocate for others. Moses did not view the complaints of the Israelites as mere grievances. He recognized their fears and needs and responded with compassion. Modern leaders can cultivate empathy by actively listening to their teams, understanding their challenges, and advocating for their well-being. Empathy strengthens relationships and fosters a culture of trust and collaboration. Balancing justice and mercy. Moses' leadership also involved balancing justice and mercy, a challenge that many leaders face today. When the Israelites disobeyed God and rebelled against Moses, he often had to deliver consequences while seeking their restoration. One example is the punishment for the spies who discouraged the Israelites from entering the Promised Land, Numbers 14. While God decreed that the generation who doubted would not enter the land, Moses continued to lead them faithfully, ensuring their needs were met during their extended time in the wilderness. This balance between justice and mercy demonstrates the importance of maintaining accountability while offering opportunities for growth and redemption. Leaders who model this balance create environments where people feel both challenged and supported. Faith as a foundation for leadership. Moses' leadership was deeply rooted in faith. He trusted God's promises even when circumstances seemed impossible. His faith enabled him to persevere through challenges, from Pharaoh's resistance to the Red Sea crossing to the daily struggles of leading a nation in the wilderness. Hebrews 11:27 Amplified highlights Moses' faith. By faith he left Egypt, being unafraid of the wrath of the king. For he endured steadfastly as seeing him who is unseen. Faith gave Moses the resilience to lead with purpose, even amid uncertainty. Modern leaders can draw from this example by grounding their decisions and actions in a clear vision and values, trusting that their efforts will yield positive results over time. Relational wisdom, building community commitment. Moses understood the importance of building a sense of community among the Israelites. He regularly reminded them of their shared identity and purpose as God's chosen people. In Deuteronomy 6:4-5 Amplified, he urged them, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God. The Lord is one, the only God. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and mind, with all and with oil and with all your soul and all your strength." Oil, that's funny. Sorry about that. Let me reread that scripture. He urged them, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God. The Lord is one, the only God. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and mind, and with all your soul, and with all your strength." There we go. Got it right that time. This emphasis on collective commitment fostered unity and accountability. By reminding the Israelites of their shared covenant with God, Moses inspired them to work together toward a common goal. In modern organizations, leaders can foster community by creating a sense of shared purpose and encouraging collaboration. Relational wisdom involves recognizing the value of each individual while emphasizing the strength of the collective. Modern leadership examples inspired by Moses. Number 1, balancing authority and compassion. Consider a CEO leading a company through a financial crisis. Like Moses, they must make difficult decisions to ensure the organization's survival while demonstrating empathy for employees affected by the changes. By communicating transparently and offering support, they balance authority with compassion. Number 2, interceding for others. A manager advocating for their team's needs to senior leadership mirrors Moses' role as an intercessor. By prioritizing the well-being of their team, they build trust and loyalty. Number 3, cultivating humility. Leaders who seek input from their teams and acknowledge their own limitations demonstrate humility. This approach fosters a culture of mutual respect and continuous learning. life-changing leadership lesson from Moses. A life-changing leadership lesson from Moses. The most profound lesson from Moses' leadership is the importance of balancing authority with compassion. Authority provides direction and accountability, while compassion fosters trust, empathy, and connection. Leaders who embody this balance can inspire their teams, navigate challenges, and leave a lasting legacy. Moses' story reminds us that leadership is not about exerting power, but about serving others and fulfilling a higher purpose. By anchoring leadership in faith, humility, and empathy, modern leaders can lead with wisdom, build meaningful relationships, and create a legacy that transcends time. As Moses demonstrated, great leaders are those who guide with strength and love, holding others accountable while offering grace. This timeless model of leadership continues to inspire and empower leaders to live with purpose and lead with heart. Anyway, that concludes this chapter and this lesson. Thank you so much for following me through this video. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel. If you get a chance to get on YouTube, definitely search for Scott Perdue on there, see all the books I have. Pick one up, gain some new wisdom. Anyway, thank you for following me. Have a blessed day.